Jus Riffin. Tuesday night, 8:30 EST. Know where we be? Jus Riffin. Special guest, a tech and talk, a musicology. Jus Riffin. Coming to you live at the same time here every week. Jus Riffin. Jump in the room, let's chop it up. It really ain't that deep. Jus Riffin.
What's up, everybody? Another episode of Jus Riffin. I'm one of your hosts, Hefner. I got Cookie Rabinowitz in the building with me. We have the honor of speaking with Greg, the CEO of Galaxis. He's going to be on the stage with us tonight. We're going to be having an in-depth conversation with him in regards to his company and what they've been building over there. They're a Web3 platform. They provide pretty much a framework to build and to engage, decentralized communities. So we're going to talk to him about what that's all about, because you might not know what that is about, but we're going to talk to him about what that's about. And then we're also want to find out how that correlates to music. Our show's about music and tech. So we're going to dive into it. It's been an amazing week this past week. It went by super, super quick. And so thank you everybody for being here tonight with us, Jus Riffin. We do it every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, powered by Rug Radio. I got Cookie Rabinowitz here. Cookie, how you feeling? What's good with you?
Oh man, I feel so good. Just been working hard towards goals and dreams, and muscling through this these troubled market times.
Okay, what is trouble? Like when trouble market times? What's real trouble? What is trouble?
I don't even know, but I was more or less commenting on the general feeling of the consensus. My consensus is life is good. I mean, to be honest with you, but I just enjoy working on the stuff I work on. I love doing it. So if, hypothetically, whatever little mere pittance I have in the crypto market compared to a lot of people, it's stuff I wouldn't be cashing out today anyway. If it was, even if the markets were way up, it's not stuff I would be taking out today. So I'm not really worried about it being down right now, because unless it's enough to take out for me to like change my life, what's the point,
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, the whole tariff thing is scaring people. They're pulling their money out of the stock market. They're pulling their money out of crypto. It's just the fear index is really high. And I think people just panic and overthink it. It's shouldn't be a stressful situation. They made it a stressful situation by pulling their money out and thinking that, it's all going to tank and we're going into a recession. You got to break things sometimes to rebuild it, right? So like rebuilding a house, sometimes if you look at it like this, when people buy a house, they're not really buying the house, so to speak. They're buying the property to build something that they want, or to rebuild something that they want that's suitable for them. So I think with this whole shakeup and breakdown, this is what happens. And sometimes this is how you build, this is just the way it goes. And if you're liquid, buy, because this is the time when there's blood on the streets, blood in the water, however you want to look at it. Now's the time to buy if you're liquid. That's just my opinion here, because what goes down, or what goes up comes down, and what goes down is always going to go back up, especially in our world. Well, like it's never just went down and just stayed all the way down and kept going lower, 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 lower. Like then, yeah, the whole world would just be like
blood in the streets.
Blood
in my pan. Winter's so cold, I got a tan. That's a song I got called "Privilege Man." Check it out. But anyway,
say it again.
Blood in the streets, plush in my van. Winter's so cold, but I got a tan. But anyway, and that's called "Privilege Man" by Cookie Rabinowitz. But I know what you're saying is right, and I just wanted to comment on me and my girl. We went to a soothsayer, and we had our tariff cards read this week, and they said things are looking good.
That's awesome. That's really cool if you actually did that. I think I don't believe in that kind of stuff, but tell me about it a little bit. Like, why do you believe in it? Why did you go do it? Why did you get your tarot cards read?
We didn't. I just was making a play on tariff
Oh,
cards,
oh.
but
tarot cards. Oh my gosh, dude. Cookie
I'm
Rabinowitz with
sorry,
the
man.
fucking, he's with the zingers, dude. He's
I don't
singing
always
it.
win. I don't always catch them, but I try.
That
You
was,
know?
that was a sleeper. That's one of those you're like, don't worry, you'll get that on the way home. Great joke. Great one. You got me, bro. So yeah, I think that's what it is with these type of things. Now it's just more than ever because people are in a panic. But I believe that things will get better and they're going to go, they'll stabilize and get back to where they need to be. Sometimes in life, with these tariffs and things like that, the taxing, and we don't really know how much and what, I don't know how transparent everything is, but not to really like harp or like stab this whole subject, but I feel like it will bounce back up and just people need to just chill. That's all. Just relax and don't stress because life is way too short for that.
Agreed. I also just wanted to add to that, I mean,
Please.
there are people that have much more sizable investments and, exposure to things than I do. So I
Yeah.
respect their concern, but I believe everything's going to be okay. It's going to be so okay that we're going to be tired of it being okay. As a matter of fact, you're going to beg, please, Mr. Jus Riffin, make it less okay.
Mr. Jus Riffin, dude.
I don't know. Yeah, no. Once again, I was making that president meme joke. I'm slow today. I'm trying to come in there, but
we are slow. We actually started the show slow.
Very slow.
Show slow.
Yeah,
show.
we should tell them. We should probably tell them a little bit about that for just a minute.
Yeah, we let's be honest. Like, let's be transparent. So the reason I was just about to jump into that, the reason why we're slow is because we were trying something different. We were trying a new technology. Well, not new technology, but for us, new for the show. And it just wasn't working. We ran a test last night, and it just didn't work. It worked well for us last night, but it didn't work well for us today. And then I'll let you pick it up from here and let everybody know, Cookie, what it was that we were using. And we don't have to, kill them with why it didn't work.
We'll give it a 30-second. This would be the inverse of an elevator pitch. We're going to give a 30-second elevator.
Hold on. I got something for you. You ready before you start?
Not Time Wasters Club, because it wasn't a time waste.
No, it wasn't. But
okay.
2-minute tune-up, where Hefner and J6 have 2 minutes exactly to respond to each other's topic of the week. Just riffing. Okay, technical difficulties. That's the subject here. So, all right, I said my 2 minutes of it. It's your turn.
Well, first off, I want to mention that StreamYard is what we've been using, and it's very intuitive to use. It's plug and play, turn it on. However, a new company just acquired StreamYard, and they almost doubled their prices on it.
Right.
And me and Hef, although we look very blinged out right now, Hef's got the Gucci hat on, the Gucci Rect hat. I got the Urban Outfitters $3 shirt on, so I know we look very rich. But doubling the price is not acceptable.
Right.
So we tried other things, and we've had some benefits from it. We've been streaming our show, our past episodes, as in a Just Riffin TV type of thing, 24/7, which is a big win, I think, for us. We've been getting some more engagement and some more viewers from it. However, with the live interface for it, StreamYard, like I said, it's turnkey, plug and play. Like Hef set up the show in 5 seconds. Now, when we had an emergency and he had to do it real quick, and their interface is still, intuitive enough to where we got things rolling really quick. I mean, we usually don't bring our guest up by now anyway, so technically we didn't really lose much of our guest time, which is the most important value to our show, I believe.
That's right.
But just one other thing on that. So we decided to fail fast. We were going to take another week or two and try to test the waters, but Hef suggested that we fail fast and I agree with him. Like, we jumped in there. Now, granted, if we spent a little more time, and I am going to continue to spend more time on it, I think we could get it down. But at the end of the day, when we have other people's time on the line, like the gentleman, Greg from Galaxis, we can't be fucking around and figure out if it works or not. So we'll do it behind the scenes. And if we eventually get it right, we'll consider it. And if not, we're just going to have to bite the bullet and pay for StreamYard, which leads me to one other thing. Take a look behind Hef, that Protect the Devs shirt. You might, if anybody likes to protect the devs shirt, me and Hef are not devs, but we love devs, and every penny towards that shirt goes to like helping us keep this show going, like StreamYard and other shit like that. Shampoo. Me and Hef have to buy a lot of shampoo to make sure we look good on camera.
So much shampoo. Whoa.
So.
I put the link up for people if they want to support it all. That, like Cookie was saying, that would help us out, and then we could just stay on StreamYard. We don't have to worry about it. I mean, it's not that it's a huge deal, but it adds up monthly.
Fuck the man.
It does. Fuck the man. Yeah. But they literally did double the pricing and like just like out of nowhere, which is really crazy. So and costly somewhat because we only do the show 4 times a month, right? So at any rate, all right, enough about that. Let's bring up Greg, CEO of Galaxis. He's been patiently waiting for us, and it's like he's in hungry, so it's like 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning, whatever. And so let's get him up. I don't want to waste any more of his time. Greg, how you feeling? What's cooking with you? Good to see you. Thank you so much. We met in Miami at our house this past Art Basel. It was great to chat with you. A lot of stuff was going on, and happy that we're actually able to get you to come on the show. I know the time difference is here, so thank you for spending time with us. How's your morning, your early morning going?
No worries. Good morning, and thanks for having me. Yeah, it's I think that's my first podcast or AMA at 3 a.m. So pretty exciting, at least.
That's right.
Maybe am I the first European guest? European family guest?
No, I think
somebody there to do that.
We got, the thing is we also have like people that listen to our show from over there. So sometimes when they're up, they're listening to the show, or they catch us afterwards. But yeah, this is all. I mean, I think we've had 1 or 2 other guests that were troopers just like you that woke up and stuck it out with us and hung out with us, and we had a great time and a great conversation, which I hope we have today. I'm interested to know more about Galaxis. Rug Radio obviously powers our show, and you guys power the FOMO Hour show. You guys are like, I think they're one of their big sponsors over there. So we're excited to have you on our show because I want to know tell us, first of all, Galaxis, what is it that you do for people that don't know? Break it down and how it could be beneficial to the average person and then also for the creator.
Oh, yes. So thanks. Well, let me start with the beginnings of Galaxis because that's pretty much breaks it down how we ended up here and what we have been cooking in the past, over the past 2 years. I just joined the company in September, but I know what the team has been cooking. So Galaxy started with classic NFTs actually. Actually, by the time then we worked with a lot of celebrities, and we were the first company to issue dynamic NFT. That was the LaMelo Ball collection. He was the rookie, I think, in 2021 of the NBA. So it gives you pretty much what we have done. We worked with Mike Tyson. The Mike Tyson NFT collection was us. We worked with, and my condolences, Walt Kilmer. He's not just a great actor, but also a great artist, great painter. We worked with Steve Aoki, if you're talking about the music industry.
Top signal.
We worked with your president. So all the 4 collections. So we were behind the technology provider. So there were lots of celebrities that we worked.
Now, what did you do with these celebrities? What was it? So you have these celebrities on the platform. You working with them. Was it just strictly the NFTs? And did it stop?
It was about the NFTs. It was about the NFTs at the time, but that was much more than NFTs. And let me give you an example on that. Mike Tyson, for instance, he worked with. It was a cooperation with Corey Fowler, a Miami-based artist. And it wasn't just about NFTs, but these NFTs was basically with active utility traits. What does it mean? That you have something engagement already. For instance, in the case of Mike Tyson, there was one NFT. It made you eligible to go to his ranch and have a box session with him, a
Nice.
training. And that was so much fun. Actually, the guy who had the privilege, he so much liked the whole experience that he was buying
Yeah.
with crypto and NFT, and then he ended up with, and he was a boxer actually, so it was a huge experience for him. Actually, he became an angel investor, one of the angel investor in Galaxis as well. So that basically gives you an idea that it wasn't just about an NFT, but was already something, an engagement toolkit that you can, with the badges, physical redeemable, digital redeemable, you can use for online call, getting a badge, and you use it for online calls, all kind of engagement toolkit. And that's pretty what the founder realized, that pretty much the soul of NFT and what the technology can do, how you can interact with your community and how you can build up. So long story short, with the NFT, with this nice period of the NFTs, there came the winter, and what was the team looking for? What we were looking for is the post hype, because the technology is beautiful, and based on blockchain, it has everything. And what we started to build is basically a platform, which is a Web3 platform. So it has all the benefits of blockchain. It has all the benefits that you experience on Web2, as opposed to Web2 platform. So you have an independence. It's your community. It's your freedom to manage your community. I mean, just an example. You met Rolly on the Telegram channel. He had a huge fan. He had a huge base, huge community that he has been actively engaging on a Web2 platform. I'm not gonna name it, but for some reasons he was the platform. Not he did anything wrong in. If you just look at the audience, and he was asking why was he the platform, but he was the platform, and he lost his audience that he has been building for the months, because
he didn't know.
Like, and I'm talking with big guys as well, and they can tell you, if they're talking with some of these platforms, they directly tell you that the data is mine. I mean,
Right.
if I'm the platform, and it's not yours, though.
So with Galaxis, the content creators or the creators, they own everything. It's theirs, right? Yeah. So they own the data.
It's not that we can shut them down. Obviously, if they do something illegal, that's
not in your guidelines.
That's the task of the authorities, and yeah, they have to comply with the professional guideline.
Makes sense.
And
that makes sense.
They have to do, and obviously we shut down from our front end, but it's the community is there. It's on blockchain. So there is, it's a great thing, and more people are realizing that.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, I'm just going to use for me as an example, or Cookie, for instance, right? How or why do we want to be part of Galaxis, and how do we get there? Let's say we want to go check it out. What's our steps to take? What do we do? How do we engage there? How do we build from there?
So we started with an issue with the streaming and the first 10 minutes. Now we have a streaming integration, for instance, that you can use. So imagine you have a community, or you want to build a community, and you want the freedom. You appreciate your freedom. That is your community. So that's the first step, that you recognize that. But even if you don't recognize that, you want to try out. So it doesn't have to be that. You don't have to be so much fan of decentralization, but you just want to try. It's actually, and I tried many platforms. Actually, it's now we have finished several new features, but now the onboarding is pretty easy. Basically, it's a no-code toolkit, what you do. And what we're trying to do is that basically the front end experience is like a normal web experience, but with the background of blockchain and with the power of blockchain, so powered by blockchain. So you go there, it's like a website. It's very easy to create a community. Even there is an AI help. So if you need the banners and things, that you write down what you want to do. Even AI helps you generating the text, the introduction, and the images, and takes like, I mean, for me it took, and I'm not that degen guy. It took like 15 minutes to create a community. Yeah, here you see one of our original communities in the grant program. And and obviously when you create a community, you already do a blockchain transactions, but it was like the cost, I mean, if you do it on Base or Polygon, it was for me the cost like where I mean 0.0004, so it's like less than $1. Actually, I think it was like 10 cents to, even less than 10 cents to create, and voila, you have a community web page. What you can do there, basically, what you have there is an ultimate engagement toolkit. You have streaming integrated, so you can create events, workshops, whatever for your community to build. You have obviously newsfeed. Actually, was the best thing in it, and if you are there, there is a web shop integrated. Again, it's around 15 minutes to create a web shop, and this is a decentralized web shop that we have developed. So that's something that I think is going to be a huge potential. So what you do, like you have something special, digital assets, or something you can tie to digital asset, because it can be a physical redeemable. There is a gallery, for instance, that sells NFTs, and if you buy the NFT, you can get you have a physical redeemable badge on it, and you can get a physical picture, the physical painting. So that's already something, and it's a decentralized thing. You pay with USDT.
Can you launch a project on there too? Can you, if you wanted to do generative art, like launch an NFT project, can you do that on Galaxis as well?
Yes.
Or
yes.
you could do it directly on Galaxis. So it's
Yes.
writing the smart contracts and everything.
Yes. There are dispensers, so you can do that. We
On
have a
what,
leaderboard.
really?
We have
Okay,
every.
I saw that. I just put it on the screen. So tell me, on what platform or on what network can people launch their stuff? Is it cross platforms? Like if somebody wanted to launch a project on Solana, or if somebody wanted to launch it on Ape Chain or whatever, can they do it on that way with Galaxis?
We have Solana projects actually, but we are an EVM compatible. So where are we? Ethereum mainnet, Base, Polygon, Arbitrum, and we are coming to Abstract.
Oh, excellent. Okay, great.
So the token is already there. So we have so that's an alpha that we are coming
That's
to.
an alpha.
It's like
Listen up, everybody. If you just heard it, if you didn't, rewind it. We're not going to repeat it.
Yeah, as you said, we have really good relations with Decrypt. We're working for Decrypt University, and that project we're gonna do on Abstract, and so there's gonna be open for communities. But we have Solana-based community that's coming for us, and they can solve the things. There are huge potentials on that part. Basically, what you can do is first, your members have a membership card, which is an NFT, but this membership card, and you can put money on it. You can obtain badges. So there is literally an ultimate engagement toolkit. And
Excellent.
this is about building, expanding, and engaging your community. So, and based on the simplicity of the thing and also our goal to build a Web3 adoption, wider Web3 adoption. I think it's from SMEs, so coffee shop, book club, sailing club, all can do it. And the reason why I'm saying is because we put a lot of effort, and abstract was one reason why we're going on abstract, but we will do another change is to have an account abstraction, and so that people can join with email to the blockchain and to the community. They don't have to connect wallet. They don't have to have a wallet. So it's again for a wider adoption. But I can tell you for even a bookstore who wanna build a community, it's a neat way because, as I said, it's 10 cents to create basically a community on blockchain. So you have a web page now with a web shop, with the streaming, so you can make online workshops there, online streaming. You can reward directly your community. So there is a lot of interesting things that just jump on, I guess, some of the use cases what we
And
are
that's all
doing,
through
and you will
Galaxis.
see.
And that's all through Galaxis. Now, how
Exactly.
how much control does the creator or the person who starts a page, how do they customize their profile? To what extent
Well,
can they?
whatever the text is there, it's their text. So all the newsfeed and all the introduction and the banners. And obviously, for larger projects, we have white label solutions, so we can do much more customization. Let's start as a starter, build your community. For that, it's perfectly fine. If you want to customize it and you have a larger community, and that's open for. There is a money for that. Obviously.
Excellent. That's cool that you would white label it for somebody that it would need a bigger presence, in such case. I want to
Absolutely.
I want to toss the mic to Cookie, because Cookie's really messed with Galaxis. He's been in there, and so I know he's got some questions that are boiling up in his brain. Cookie, let me pass the mic to you, my friend.
Oh, thanks, Hef. Yeah, it's tons of questions. I did mess around. I think I created a profile at one point. One short question is, so there's platforms out there like Substack. Now, if I had an account on Substack, I could, collect mailing lists. There's no digital wallet addresses, but the way they're laid out is I do own that mailing list, and I have a direct connect, and they have different mediums, like whether it's video, audio. Now, you can't drop them a digital product, so that's one big win for Galaxis there. If people are into digital goods, you can't really drop that through your Substack. But aside from that, like, what are some of the benefits somebody would have to building a community with Galaxis as opposed to, and I'm just using it as an example, Substack?
Look, next to the Web3 platform, Web3 Freedom, we will have the option for, it's days, weeks, to be able to join by email, and the data is yours for sure. We don't care about the data. Our business model is, and I think that's the neat thing, and I think the best potential will be for communities who have or who want to have their own token, because we can integrate into our system, and that creates three possibilities for the community to get a utility for the token. And if you look at this market things, and if you look at the sentiment, it's getting there that if the storm is over, it's going to be all about the builders and utilities for when it comes to tokens. So the three ways: first, in our platform, it's very easy to stake the token. Basically, just a spending cap, and you have the staking, and it can be tied to governance staking, so voting. So you already engage the community. So that's one. Second, we have a subscription model on Web3 basis. So like Patreon thing, and it's very easy. It's again a blockchain transaction, so a few cents, and you can easily set your subscription tiers. you can determine the price. Like say you say it's $10 per month for the premium members, and for a bigger community who has a token, you can say that for your own community, the utility is that you pay in your token with the subscription. And the third is the web shop is there. So if you like say if you are gallery and you have artworks, but you have a token for that, the utilities that you pay with that token in your community. So this is only valid for your community. When we integrate it, you can use only within your community on the predetermined utilities. But that's, I guess, that's gonna be a big win that we're doing, and we already will do for some of the tokens to get the utility and to get the benefits. And so that's I would say that's gonna be a big win. And for many tokens, it's even meme coins. Like you can do something if you wanna get the utility for that. You have a community with there to help you.
Let me interject now. Are you saying that, like, okay, so if Hef created a community with Galaxis, now would he be able to utilize and create his own token for his members to use, and leverage another token that's already there? Like, let's say there was a meme coin that he liked that wasn't even his. Could he leverage that token as community members use that token to bind to his community? And then one other thing that attaches to that, could he use those tokens to access gated content, like for Patreon, which you mentioned, which they don't even allow embed videos. You have to embed like unlisted from YouTube, which I think is kind of strange because they take a percentage of the of the subscription. It's reasonable. Like, I'm not throwing shade at them at all. I think they built a wonderful platform, but they don't even host the videos. Like, you have to come up with your own hosting. But it's gated. Like, there's a little lock next to it unless you pay that tier of the membership. Do you have a similar thing, like where, let's say, Hef had these songs right on his membership page, but then some of them were like him working in the studio that you had to have a special tier subscription model to access? Do you have a way like where if he had that content on the video on your page, there would be like a little locker something next to it, and then it would be like, hey, if you subscribe, you get access to this? Is that how it works, kind of?
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes, and we're working with a partnership with Huddle. That's new streaming, actually decentralized streaming. Very exciting. They have already token gated options, and we're moving forward. We did the first streaming, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago, together with Huddle and one of our community. And actually, it was live. It had like 300 views, so people were interested in, and it was like that. They have the community, they created the event, and it was streamed on X. So you can make it on streaming on X, but you can have many other options. So it creates a lot of things, and with Web3 you can even go global. So I think one of the biggest market, the biggest potential is for independent creators and emerging stars. Let it be musician, artist, all kind of artists. Let it be designers, because they can go global. They can show it global. It's easy from Vietnam or any other countries to pay to get the subscription. Imagine if you have to do that on credit card, on bank transfer, bank wire. That's a huge money. So that gives them more than just a freedom. So that gives them more than just a freedom that the platform, the community is yours, but the freedom of building a global community. So I think that's a huge potential for people to start to directly engage. And let me give you, we have a partnership with we're working for a Swiss watchmaker company. We have a Swiss registered company, so it was important to us to have a Swiss reference. And if you want a Swiss reference, you can have chocolate or watch, and we opted for watch. And that's a really cool brand, 7 Friday. And they have a really innovative thinking on, they were the first watch company who went on Instagram back then. So they have a special vision about, and they are a lifestyle brand, so they were thinking about community already, that they see their customers as a community. And when we demoed and when we showed the because first it was all about that, okay, we want our credentials, so our authenticity to be on NFT, to be on blockchain, because that's safer. That was the first thing. But when they saw that it wasn't just that okay, the certificate is on blockchain of the watch, but we bring a whole platform thinking, obviously in a white label solution, and you have everything. And then they saw that, oh, I think that's the leaderboard is there, and okay, and I have a direct connection with the customers and who are the most active, and we can, like, you can use different metrics that you can say that those people who are most active on social media.
I want to jump in real quick here, Greg, because I like the aspect of where the creator has control over their own token, as well as accept other tokens that the platform itself accepts for payment for something, right? If somebody wants to buy something or engage in a certain way or subscribe, like Cookie was mentioning, I love that aspect of the platform itself, that you can do that.
Yeah, that's a new feature that we have done actually, and we will showcase in the upcoming 2 weeks.
Okay, let me ask you this question here. With the subscription based, and with let's say, and I want to make sure I have this correct. I'm a content creator. I have my own page on Galaxis. I am utilizing a token that I created to engage with my members, to engage with my subscribers. I say, hey, look, buy 10 NFTs of buy an album, buy the album itself. Let's say I have a whole album, right? Let's make it simple.
Yeah.
An album on my profile page. Buy the album. You're going to get 1,000 or 10,000 HEF coins. Okay, XP for experience points or whatever however you want to look at it. And I say,
exactly.
hey, if you earn, if you accumulate 20,000, then I will send you a physical copy of, a limited edition album, a limited edition amount of pieces, right? I can do this.
Yes.
Now,
Or autographs, or you
right,
you
or
share
anything. I love
or
that.
you
But
have a
wait, hold on.
meeting with him.
All right,
Okay.
but hold on one second, Greg, because I'm getting hype, and I know you're getting hype too, because I could see it. I see you. I could see your passion and your energy here, which is great. That's what I want to see. I want to get hype about it. I want to know that I'm going to go to a platform and I'm actually going to reciprocate. I'm going to get something back from my engagement, sort of like Myriad Markets, sort of like Rug Radio, sort of like Decrypt Media, and all of this stuff, and Galaxis, exactly of the people that you're rubbing elbows with. So I love this part of it. I think that's great. Will do the people, because you mentioned Abstract also, and they give away XP. That's for you engaging in certain contents, watching streams, using apps, downloading this, doing whatever it may be, whatever task that they're giving you. Is Galaxis also going to give XP on top of whatever XP they get for each individual content creator that they are supporting? And I mean, me as a fan going to Cookie's page and engaging, going to your page and engaging, going to Farouk's page and engaging. And not only am I earning their individual tokens that who knows what I can use to redeem with, but am I also going to get Galaxis tokens? Am I also going to earn from Galaxis? Sorry for the long-winded question, but I felt like I had
No, it's clear.
I wanted to lead you into it.
Cut to the chase. We have right now a grant program, so there is XP. It's gonna be expired because that was, like, let's say, the experimental phase of the platform. We learned a lot. We have developed a lot for that, and when it's over, it's absolutely open for the community to vote, and let's go on what the community wants, what people want, and it absolutely so it's open ears for that, because we want engagement as well, obviously.
Sure.
And of course we want utility for the tokens, so that's absolutely an option when it's the grant program expires, that we also incentivize people. We will do our own like there's gonna be a Galaxis community, an official that's also somehow showcasing the technology and the use cases and helping for creators to what they can do. Because you mentioned some examples, but you can have plenty of examples like video calls, like exclusive interviews. I mean, it's an alpha, I cannot tell you, but there's gonna be a movie which we're cooperating. Again, it's an important thing for them to build a community. It's a special community, and for instance, in that case, if some people buys for a larger amount token or an NFT, whatever you call it, it's going to be actually a physical card representation
Excellent. Yeah.
of
How
that. Let me give you.
Sorry.
So they can be on the producer list. They can go to the premiere shooting, so they can go on the scene while they are shooting the movie. So there are many options of engagement, and it's the creators who can think about it. What's the special perks that it gives? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you either. I mean, I do that because like I hear something and my brain goes to a question right away. And I mean, that's what our show is about. We just riffing, right? So we just try to tackle what we hear. I want to know, how is Galaxis bringing people to the platform? How is Galaxis as a company promoting overall and in their marketing to get people to come to Galaxis to find these creators that might not have the money or the access to promoting to get people there themselves?
Yes. So obviously we have partners like Rag Radio, and Decrypt is a very important partner. We are CoinMarketCap incubated, so that also gives a lot of visibilities. We are the official community partner of Killer Whales from Hello Labs, so we expecting visibility there. But for us, I think the most important thing is we have a referral program. So, and let me give you an example. One of our colleagues said that he has a local podcaster friend. He is on another Web2 platform. Actually, he earns $1,500 per month from subscribers. So here's the deal. If you refer Galaxis to him, let's say it's coming, he's joining our platform, and he's just put the referral that he got the referral from my colleague. In the first year, what we earn, and we earn 5%. So it's a smart contract. It's nothing to hide here. It's a smart contract, 5%, which is pretty competitive actually compared to others. So we get 5% from that subscription, and 1/4 of that 5% is ours. So in that case, $1,500 he earns. My colleague can get, I think, $250 just for a referral. So I think that's the thing on that, where we want to build up more and more people to get to. Otherwise, then we have the media visibility and the partnership visibility.
Excellent. Thank you so much, man. I'm loving it, dude. Cookie, what do you think? I mean, I know you're we both are highly opinionated people. What's your consensus on Galaxis and what Greg is saying?
Well, you can tell, like from what I went into the platform, there's been a lot of work and a lot of development. The devs are definitely really working ass off and trying a lot of different stuff, and they're definitely, they're putting the sweat equity in. It's painfully obvious. I mean, the amount of work you're putting in under the hood. I hate using that expression, but I still wonder, and this is nothing against the platform, but I wonder, as myself, as an artist, we're a music show, right? So I would like to know, Greg, if you were an artist, Greg, let's come up with a rock and roll name for Greg. How about Sexy Platform Shoot Greg is your band name. Okay, I just came up with that.
Greg.
Okay, so you're not in Galaxis right now, but Sexy Platform Shoot Greg, it wants to build a community as a music artist, and he's looking around. Should I use Patreon? Should I use Galaxis? Like, so I come to Galaxis because I'm like, wow, look at all this hard work being done and all this coding and blockchain capability and leaderboards. So how would you, as Sexy Platform Shoe Greg, start on Galaxis, and what would you use the platform for? Like, how would you do it as the artist, not as
What's your talent? What's your talent? Sexy
what?
Platform Shoe Greg.
Well, like in other words, what would you build on Galaxis for your fan base that would be like, wow, this is really cool. Sexy Platform Greg, you know, his brother, Ugly Platform George, is on Patreon, and I got these videos and I got this and that. But Sexy Platform Greg is on Galaxis, and I can do all this cooler shit. And so you just went to Galaxis, and you want to use all the tools available on Galaxis to make sure that your community is super cool and engaging for your fans. What would you build there on Galaxis as an artist?
And what kind of artist is Sexy?
Music artists.
Music. Yeah, let's get to the music. Okay, so I'm an emerging musician, and I want to build my community for that. You can do everything. What's in on
What do you
Patreon.
play? Are you a rapper? Are you a DJ? Do you play drums, the flute? What's your instrument?
Can I be a DJ?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, he can't be a DJ.
No, we
We
can't
have
be a
enough
DJ.
DJs right now. But listen, you're a singer-songwriter, right? And what I
Yes.
want to know is you're a singer-songwriter and you went to Galaxis. What are you building there to give your audience something really cool, utilizing the tools that are available on Galaxis? Like, where would you start?
First of all, I mean, I sense that it's not about that we want Galaxis to be exclusive. So it's a complement. You have X, you have Facebook, you have everything there, YouTube, where you can do it. It's an additional thing where you have a direct relations to our customers to attract. So the first thing which I would do, that if I have an existing base on Facebook and on X, I say that, hey, come join my community on Galaxis. And then
Let me just interject real quick. So you're saying you're maybe hoping to build something that would be a hub where the other platforms could all meet up at Galaxis, but you have like a main umbrella there, maybe?
Yes, because if I'm an artist, I would definitely worry about on a third-party basis that one day they will deplatform me, or they silence me, or whatever they do, and I don't want to go to politics and anything, so that can happen just for simple terms and conditions. So that's a thing that I would try to attract people. I can incentivize them by dropping some goodies like NFTs or tokens that we discussed. So that's the thing. I can incentivize them that here is the leaderboard. So if you are the more active members, there is a very easy dispenser programmed into Galaxy. So I will just reward the top 10 with whatever. I would definitely do streamings for them, and especially for those who can, as have actually pretty much thought that if I build a new album, I involve the people on that. I let them to donate, and they say the subscribers and the subscribers get the first 100 copies, the first 100 autograph copies. So it can do all the kind of engagement things that results in building. You can go further, and I know we discussed this, what to do with music and how we can involve and to put more, to develop more on the platform, which we are totally open, and actually it's few days to allow some of more musics to that, and they have then access to token gated music on the platform. That's totally an option, and we're gonna do that based on your feedback. Actually,
Would people be able to listen to the music through a player on Galaxis? Like, if they purchased a record through Galaxis, the product through Galaxis, does Galaxis currently have streaming, or MP3?
We have streaming. Yeah,
You have streaming for
we have
music?
streaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about like an MP3 music player as well? What if, yeah, I guess it would be streaming as well. So it would be similar thing, right? Am I saying the same thing, Cookie?
More or less. I want to add one other thing though, Hef. So we were talking about the deplatforming from other platforms. So me and Hef, and I'm not going to mention any names, but we've had several other companies building really cool stuff on the blockchain. And a couple of them I noted are done now. They're finished. And it's so tough to build shit here. So I appreciate them trying. But with that said, when we say being deplatformed, like I know another company, and I'll keep all the names out because they're irrelevant, but it's just the principle of it. I know another company that like they mentioned to us the way their shit is built, even if they all say screw this, we don't want to do this anymore, everything is still living on the blockchain. So people that have built their stuff will still remain. I want to know if this is the case for Galaxis. Like let's say that's really cool.
That's absolutely. But we want to be there, and we want to see more and more of the talents to grow out from the platform. So that's I think that's the best thing what we can offer there. So on the what you mean, what we meant, and it's worth trying. Basically, you can do all kind of badges, like physical redeemable, digital redeemable badges, all kind of perks that you can reward the people, or they can earn, or they can buy it. And it's basically your imagination, and telling to everybody that's your imagination what you can do, what you want to do your community, because you feel your community what they want, and even you can get feedback through directly from the platform and what they want, and we get our feedback with the original communities as well. And yeah, you can just so basically if we're talking about music, okay, it's a Galaxis is like a musical instrument, and you can play everything on it. So imagine like this, like a piano, and you have all the things to play on it.
I was just wondering, so it seems like I think I'm starting to get a clear picture of it now. Like the hook of Galaxis, what it seems so far, what I'm picking up now is it's like one of the big hooks is you can create these badges, and you can make those badges whatever you want. Like you get this badge here, and this badge is for streamers, like the people that streams the most of your content. I'm just using an example. And then this other badge is everybody, you bought the physical CD, you're going to get this badge. And that badge is a non-fungible token. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then the leaderboard.
So, but you can, let me turn it. You can buy, like you buy a badge, and there is a physical redeemable that if you buy the badge, you get the physical CD. Cool. And you burn the badge and you get the physical CD, and you get an autograph there, or you have an access for a online meeting, a direct online meeting with you, like a streaming and like a workshop, and you just talk about music, or you talk about your plans, your inspiration. So for fans, it's a value. Everything is what you can order a value. It's something you can utilize on the platform, and for them, any of the experience. And that's why I mentioned Mike Tyson, for instance. That was the badge on the NFT. So this NFT was eligible for that, to go to a training, and it's an experience that it's worth it. And because they want to engage with you, they want to help you you can engage them in the songwriting even, like a community directly, and you can say that, okay, and that goes far away, I know, but even with the same logic, you can end up, and it's a deeper water, where you say that, okay, that's the first people who supported this project, this song, you get a royalty. And that's something that
Galaxis will have access to giving royalties as well to you'll be able to allocate to those particular wallets.
That's the dispenser, that's perfectly possible. let me think about that. Might work some, but if you there, it might work some smart contract programming, so some
Sure.
customization. That is perfectly fine. But the dispenser even easy. So even if you don't have the smart contract logic, you can say that okay, you were the first OGs, so you have an OG badge
Right.
on your membership card, and hey, I have finally a concert, or I invited to a show. I got 10 tickets, like VIP tickets,
Yeah.
and I dispense for you like a badge on a digital assets, and then you will get
You got the
the
badge,
VIP
you get
ticket.
the tickets. Yeah, I love this. This
Or
is
you get
yeah,
the backstage for if you're
sure.
gonna be a star, and that's why for many things. And the funny thing that even I was talking with horse riders, and you see, horse riding is a very expensive sport for some of the areas. But might be some talents who are cannot afford it, but they are there, and they can build like this. So it's like you're not you get the freedom not just from deplatforming, you get the freedom from third parties, so that you rely on music studios who, whatever reason, deciding that okay, Cookie, your music is not cool. And you have the community there, and the community voting that it's cool. You can build up, and that,
Mhm.
I know that's a good thing in Web2 as well, for internet as well. But here, that's the next level. And if you understand blockchain, and if you understand what we built on blockchain, you will see that that's the next level of how you are not depending on third parties or music studios, but you can independently get success, and you do it with the engagement and the reward. And the reward can be that, hey, this is the first guys who supported the OGs my project. I have the album is successful. I reward them.
I like it, man. I think it's cool. Like we've discussed this on our show several times, Greg, with not so much about like a platform that you have similar, but we were talking about it specifically just for music, with all the bells and whistles, exactly what we're talking about, getting the engagement, giving badges, giving tokens, subscription based stuff, streaming on the blockchain, all those type of things, just for music. So I think this is great that you guys are going to have this platform there. It's now, I think, a matter of people coming uh, to support that particular platform. It's going to take, like, I've said this, Cookie, you could back me up on this. Sometimes when platforms are building, it takes a big, you say client, a big content creator, someone that's got a massive following, somebody that's huge that can influence millions of people to come to Galaxis. And I say this because there's other platforms that are out there and that are going to be coming as well. My grandfather once said, if you think of it, somebody else has already tried it or done it already. So with that being said, there's going to be other platforms as well besides Galaxis. And the key for Galaxis is to get the consumer, to get the people to get to their platform and to see what's going on. That to me is the key. You can say we're going to have a million things. I love everything about Galaxis so far. I'm loving this conversation. But I think realistically, when it comes to marketing and it comes to getting the people to get to you, to find your website, find the artists, find the content creators, find the people on your platform, and then have them stay there. It's got to be compelling. Some of the people, they have to resonate. But I think it's really the people coming to your website. How are you going to pull them there? What is your pitch? What is your sell? How do you get them there to get to the content creators? Because everything else sounds beautiful to me. My goal is to get people to engage. And I think a lot of people that are content creators think the same way. I know people get mad on the timeline why aren't people liking? Why aren't people commenting? Why aren't people engaging? They want to know why. So I think, most part it's because it's not compelling and it's not resonating with anybody. Maybe there's a chance that it's not just, it's just not being seen. I don't know how algorithms work, but yeah, maybe you could jump in and chime in because I've just been blabbing, but I think marketing is key to getting people to your platform.
That's true. That is definitely true. And we constantly engaging, and we will do our best. That's a funny thing, but that's more like a business line that they said that one of my American friends said that in America we have 10 business salespeople and one developer in a company. And whenever I look at you like Galaxis or Europe, I see 10 developers and one salesman. So that's the look at the difference on that
Yeah.
part. But you're absolutely right. But we have a track record. We work with celebrities, and so we can. Uh, we definitely proved ourselves, and we're working on to get more and more people on the
Good.
part working hard. So that's even if there is that's why I'm here. I woke up at 3 a.m. to tell you what is Galaxy. So that's that will happen, and we see some people even with huge fan base that we are approaching that
Good.
they appreciate this freedom, and they talk about on YouTube or things like that. Anyway, they are subject to the platform or silencing on the part. We see that, so that's the thing. The product is more or less ready. I would say 99%. There are always
That's great.
streamlining or some customization, but definitely from the feedbacks of the community will be there. But we just finished with very important features. One was streaming, the other was subscription on a Web3. The third was the web shop itself. So we call it Web3 shop or W3 B shop in a sense, because it's really like a decentralized web shop, which is a huge opportunity for communities. And we have just finalizing the account abstraction. We're working with a particle network, so that will create again a huge expansion. We go for many corporations to set footage in brands, like I mentioned, the Swiss watch company 7 Friday. So that's something where we're gonna have a references that people we can refer to, that look, we did this for this brand. You can enjoy, and as I said, I truly believe that some of the emerging designers brands, there is a huge possibility to build on here and try in a Web3 community basis the building.
Very cool. Hey, speaking of alpha, I heard from a guy that you guys were doing some stuff with Decrypt University. Is that
Yes.
true? Can we hear more about that?
Yeah, the idea was, and we talked with the Decrypt guys like started in early September. I think Decrypt University is a really cool stuff. You see, there is changes in the world in crypto. Anyway, crypto is expanding, so it's there. More and more people will adopt that. But even with now the US regulations are more crypto friendly, things are happening. So millions of people are joining the crypto world, and I came outside from the crypto world, and I can tell you that in many cases it looks like a crypto circus, so like a casino, the whole thing, which is deterring many people in that sense.
Sure.
But millions are joining, and they can learn about at Decrypt University about crypto, about Web3. So it's a pretty cool stuff. They had already the idea, and this is something like I can tell you, I truly believe like a real use case, even for Galaxis and for the industry, is my opinion. And let's say within 5 years, all of the certificates will be on blockchain, because it's much safer and it's much better for engagement to play with. So you have right now what the Decrypt has, just the certificate is an NFT, a plain NFT. What we can do here, it will make it a dynamic NFT, so it's changing. But even dynamic is that you see there is some like a GIF movement on the card. They can collect badges, and here you can make the whole incentivization thing. Like you say that, okay, you did this course, you collect another 4 badges and you get a discount, you get something special reward. So you, again, what we do, even if it's a plain or seems to be a plain certificate, you have the whole backend and you have the whole platform behind it to help you, that this certificate isn't just about certificate, but it goes live, it inspires you, it activates your community, and they want to take another badge, or these badges are programmable, so it's expiring if you don't refresh your knowledge. And this is in education, which I really believe in the first test case is DKIP University. But I can tell you that we're working in an EU diploma program where it's a pilot program, European Union sponsored. So the idea there to put university degrees on blockchain, and you can show your wallet, you can prove that you took that university. And here again, there are huge potentials because in Europe we're going for micro credentials. And again, to micro credentials is all about like a sticker book. You need to collect things, you have expiry, and that creates a whole incentives. I was in the educational business as well, so I know that's the most critical thing on there.
I really love that. What you were saying about the 5 years thing with the certificates and stuff, and just stuff like even when you get like Adobe, when you get like the student discount on their software, like I'm aligned with that. I think in the future people will have these badges, and it's not going to be like you have to go to Fiverr and buy a fake .edu account. You're just going to take the course, and you're going to have the certificate right there. And I think companies like Adobe will even be able to utilize that, like saying, hey, if you go to Galaxis and take our Adobe course, or I'm using Adobe, it could be anybody, and then these badges, and they can offer, just like an artist is offering perks, they can offer, hey, you get our software at 10% off if you go through our course on there and pass it with certification on the blockchain of how to create smart contracts in whatever, I don't know, or whatever it is, or illustrations, or whatever software, or whatever. Yeah. But I love the education thing, and I agree with you. In the future, I think a lot of these certificates are going to be verified via blockchain, and I think you guys got something good that you're early on there by working on that.
I love it, man. This is right. I want to know, George, because we have a few minutes left here, and great sentiment there, Cookie. I want to know about the back end. So for the content creators, how are they going to be able to create these certain things like buy 10 albums or buy an album and get a badge? Or how are they going to be able to set these parameters on their back end for their fans?
Actually, it's surprising. As I said, it's a no-code toolkit, so it's surprisingly easy, and you can learn it. Surprisingly easy to create a community economy and a community website. A little bit more complicated, but if you're there, you will play with it to create that. But it's a no-code. You don't have to have a knowledge on it, and we are here to help. Obviously, if you get stuck, we have some cool guys in the community management side. So it's very easy. The big thing here, and that's again another very important cooperation, is with the Swarm Ethereum team and the sub team, the SolarPunks, is that actually we have a proof of concept about decentralized storage. So it means that even if your metadata will be decentralized in different nodes, cryptographed, spread around the world, and that's something really cool in that sense, that even though your data is stored decentralized way. But so imagine, and this is how it was explained to me. So when you set up a community, basically you get little containers where you can have your own economy, your own platform within the platform, and this is the backend. So it really makes you independent.
How about the data? Now I have my own page, and I want to get emails so I can maybe send out a newsletter, or to get their data for whatever I want to do. how do I get that data? Is each particular creator's page going to have their own database, their own
Yes,
MySQL like
it's
database?
they have their own containers. Yes, they have their own
I
containers.
love
So
it,
it's
man.
like
I love it. I don't see anything wrong. It all sounds good. It's just a matter of getting in there and fucking around and finding out and making it happen. That's the only thing
yeah,
left to do, Greg. That's
and
it.
getting feedback. Yeah, and getting feedbacks that what we should streamline, what we should change to make it perfect. I mean, Cookie had many good questions, many good in the Telegram channel on the
Hell yeah.
part, and we ask the devs, protect the devs, ask the devs, and they say, okay, it's 2 days. They have a lineup for tasks, but I think it's like the thing is important for me coming from the business side is that okay guys, we have to start. We cannot like we have been, you said many platforms, we have been building over 2 years that, and based on the experience with celebrities on that part, so it's there. Obviously there's gonna be some fine-tuning, but not any platform was perfect when we started,
Absolutely.
so
And
it's
you guys are probably more than likely way ahead of the game in the sense of the competition, if there is any. I haven't heard anybody. I don't know who's actually doing it like this. There are similar companies, and those companies that I know about, you're rubbing elbows with and working with already anyway. So, and they've been building forever. And this is great. Even though it's been a short amount of time, it's a lot of stuff that's been built in that period of time with no time wasted. They're definitely not in the time wasters club. Cookie. And Greg, I want to say thank you so much. There was one question that came through our comments. It's from another European. He's actually up. He's in London. It's my dog Mint, and he wants to know what are Galaxis using to host the content? Walrus, IPFS? Question mark. What question mark? You know, what are you guys using to host the content?
Yeah, we have IPFS options and in the storage, the Swarm storage, and we have ABS as well. So the idea that within days you can just select whatever you prefer. If you're fine with ABS, that's there. If you want IPFS, that's. But for my understanding, the team understanding that Swarms is better than APFS.
Okay. One last thing I want to
IPFS,
add
sorry,
to this.
IPFS.
Does Galaxis charge the content creators? Because, you know, you got to pay for your streaming as well, you know, for the storage and stuff like that. And if Galaxis is going to have, you know, a tremendous amount of people on their platform, that's going to be a lot of storage, a lot of data being retained. How is it free for the content creators to start their own pages and get going, or is there a fee for them?
Free. It's free. So the thing is that we take 5% from the subscription fee and 1% from the web shop transaction.
Okay.
And the other thing is there's gonna be, and we announced this week, obviously a premium package where people pay with Galaxy. So to have your own token, like we say, it's like we ask Galaxy's tokens for that to do the integration or for some of the premium services. But let's say to set up and start, like the starter builder is gonna be free. If you want like limitless, like you say, 24-hour streaming, obviously that's a premium package, but that's gonna be affordable. So if you have the subscription, you have the web shop, you can be sustainable in that sense on the platform. You can earn money, you can monetize. That's gonna be affordable money, like talking about like $10 per month. So
and you'll be able to get donations, tips, and of others. Like no problem.
Donation
right?
is still to be developed. That we hear the voices, so there's gonna be donation. It's an easy thing. Subscription is there right now. So the thing is that it's free. What we want is people using it, people building it, and people get to know this way of economy, like this community economy thing, and for musicians, for content creators. And the second thing, that obviously if you want some very premium services, that's going to cost money, because we have to self-sustain as well, and you can pay with Galaxis, and we have the utility, we have the ecosystem, it's working, so we can reward back. And Yeah, let the wheels rolling.
Hell yeah. Well, I love it, man. Everybody go check out Galaxis.xyz. It's been awesome having you on the show tonight, Greg. I'm glad that we were able to have this second conversation, but more of an in-depth conversation without the loud music behind us. But I think it's great what Galaxis is doing. I hear Galaxis every day when I listen to FOMO Hour as much as everybody else is hearing your guys' name. And I'm happy that we were able to have you on the show. So when people watch this live or they're watching back to it, the alpha that was dropped on the show today hopefully will help them and on their quest, whether they're content creators or they're looking for content themselves. Cookie, it's been awesome too having you as my co-host, man. I love being here with you, bro. We always have the best conversations with some of the best guests in Web3 and on the blockchain. Is there anything that you want to say before we jump out of here?
I just want to thank, obviously, thank you, Hef, and thank you, Greg, man. Really appreciate you giving us your time. And I'm going to keep poking my head in the door of Galaxis and try to learn see as much as is available there. And I appreciate you guys building cool shit. So thank you.
Yeah, we definitely need to have a Jus Riffin channel on there as well. So I know we got something. Cookie, what did we get? We got something that was sent to us. It was some sort of access token. Is that correct? I don't think we talked about that, Greg. Like an access token for the content creators that they need to have to.
No, yeah, that was the launch key in the
launch key.
But we changed. We made more simpler the onboarding. So now you don't need that fun. So
excellent.
we simplify the onboarding.
But we got it. We got it. It's a rare NFT now. It's you cannot get it anybody, and it's definitely not for sale. But maybe it will be worth the money as the Mona Lisa is one day.
Yeah, the launch keys will be there to more like a booster keys, but for the onboarding, it's not necessary to get it. So we want an easy onboarding and
yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you again. I greatly appreciate your time. Hopefully, we have inspired you today that you don't go back to sleep, that you stay up because your wheels are turning in your head and you got more work to do on Galaxis. Yeah. If you go to sleep, that's perfectly
I have
fine.
a 2-year-old daughter, so will I think wake up soon. So.
All right, man. Enjoy
Thank you very
day.
much.
Thank you very much. We'll see you
soon. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
You too. Take care. So that was awesome, man. I'm so glad to have Greg on the show from Galaxis. It's been a minute. You know, look, we've been hearing Galaxis, like I said, every day on FOMO Hour. And I had questions that I wanted to ask because I didn't know really too much about Galaxis. I didn't know what it was really all about and how they're actually going to be beneficial to blockchain and to Web3, especially musicians that are looking for a place like this, like a platform that will allow them to have their own token and do cool stuff, man. I mean, look, I know we've talked about this. You're an amazing singer-songwriter. Is this something, I know you said you're going to dive into it, but this is something that you kind of envision, like what we were talking about today?
I see what they're building, and I think it's awesome. It's awesome for a certain type of creator, and those creators are awesome. Like, in other words, the no code feature and going in there and saying, hey, I'm just going to sing and write songs, and these guys have built something. I'm going to go in there and use it. So I think it's amazing, and I hope they do really well, and I'm rooting for them. For myself, I like the flexibility of starting from scratch. I think that there's enough tools out there and using AI and ChatGPT and all that stuff to build my own personal brand of things that I want to utilize as tools to engage with my audience. And unless it was a platform that was helping me get reach, I don't think
that's what I would think.
I'm not really sold on it. But with that said, and also the reach thing, like Bandcamp, I think they have a really good tool, but that's not going to get the artist reach. They have very limited people at discovery from Bandcamp. Same thing with Patreon. So same thing with Galaxis. Like if you're an artist and you have a huge audience and they have a tool there that you can utilize, go there because they already did all the heavy lifting for you. Right. You can build something. But for myself, I really want to I want it to be an intimate experience. Like I'd rather have exactly my weirdities built for the 3 people that like my music than have something that's prefab for 1 million people. But that's my outlook, and it's definitely not the right one. I mean, it's definitely not the wrong one, but it's definitely not the right one either, you know?
Just Riffin.
I mean, look, it's your opinion. It's how you perceive things. It's what you want for yourself. If Galaxis is going to be one of those platforms that has all these different things in there, like you said, where they did all the heavy lifting already, for me, in my opinion, I would rock and roll with that. I'm okay with giving up 5% and giving up 1% on the sales. I'm okay with that because they're helping me get the reach. I don't have to go and do all that heavy
Super
lifting that they already
reasonable.
did. Yeah. And it's super reasonable. Yeah, for 100%. I don't see anything wrong with giving up a little to get a lot, you know.
Let's not forget Apple. Apple takes like 30% if you use, if you sell something in the Apple store, like you give them 30%. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah. That's absurd. You know, it's just way too much. But I'm happy for Galaxis. I'm glad that they're doing what they're doing and that they are working with companies that we work with, you know, that we're part of that fam. So I'm excited to see what they do, where it goes. And I look forward to seeing Greg and Rolly and the rest of the people that at the next convention or next, you know, whatever get together, you know, yada yada. So yeah, it's been awesome, dude. But this has been a great show, man. I'm happy that we were able to have Greg on, and props to him for staying up you know, at such a real extra early hour in his day. So
Awesome, dude.
yeah, man.
Sure.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Jus Riffin. We do it every Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, powered by Rug Radio. I'm just looking for one thing, guys, because I don't remember because I'm had a long week. Who's our guest? Who's our next guest? Cookie.
Oh, what's next week? What's the date on it? The 6th.
Bada bing. How do I get to month?
The
There we
16th.
go. Okay.
So
We got Rad. Right?
Oh, cool. No, the Rad is the 22nd.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody. Jesus, I am senior moment. We have Betty from Dead Fellas. Betty, the artist and content creator. I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I said get the hell out of here. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. So we're having her on the show with Psych. Is the other person's name? I believe that's the right name. So Betty from Dead Fellas. I'm excited to talk to her. She's awesome. You know, she's also like, you know, you're into health. She's been getting healthy and she's lost a lot of weight as well since the beginning of NFT days and when Dead Fellas first started. So excited to get into it, all about art, health. We're going to talk music. I know she was recently at a Slipknot concert and she was backstage, it looked like. So she might know somebody in the band, who knows, but we're going to get into it with her.
You know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No, go ahead.
They just recently launched this whole thing to this technology to verify wallets without having to link your wallet to it, which is pretty big. You know, so it's cool. It's pretty big. So that's going to be really exciting to talk about because none of us like to put our assets in jeopardy by having to go to get an airdrop or something. But they built a technology with that. So I'm sure we're going to hear all about it next week.
That's right. And we got another Minton being a smart ass. Yeah, it was a long week, bro. Today is Tuesday, but it's been a long week since last Tuesday, bro. Pay attention, Minton. Pay attention, bro. He came up with Greg Zeppelin when you were asking, like,
much better.
Some of the
much better than what I came up with.
Dude, you gave the guy what was it?
I don't even remember.
Something red platform shoe Greg. I was dying inside.
I don't know where that came from. I apologize for that.
Don't apologize. That's classic right there, bro. Don't apologize, bro. 100%. I mean, you were
Just Riffin.
So I love it, dude. And we got a lot of zingers on here too. We got a lot of good audiograms coming. I know you want to get going as well. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Jus Riffin, like I said, every Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, powered by Rug Radio. We'll be back next week with Betty from Dead Fellas. We'll see you then, everybody. Take care. Be well. Be safe. Peace.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in.
Jus Riffin. Tuesday night, 8:30 EST. Know where we be. Jus Riffin. special guest, and tech and talk, a musicology. Just Riffin, coming to you live at the same time here every week. Just Riffin, jump in the room, let's chop it up. It really ain't that deep. Just Riffin.